A new report shows the city of Chicago has made more than $100 million a year since lowering the speed ticketing threshold to 6 miles over the limit per hour. But a surprising amount of that money actually comes from the late fees. Joining us now is Austin Berg from the Illinois Policy Institute, who combed through literally millions of data points for this report. Austin, appreciate your being with us here. We'll get to the numbers in just a minute, but you started out the report out today with the personal stories of people who were hit hard with these fees, people in low-income communities and black and brown communities. Talk a little bit about the personal stories that you're able to share.
Yeah, of course. We talked to a motorist, Ingrid Walker. She's 64 years old from Evanston. She has a disability. And the tickets and the fee from this program would have cost her more than 10% of her fixed income of about $800 a month. So she was doing without necessities in order to pay these tickets. And what's so frustrating and just unconscionable about that is the fact that the city can't even prove that they are improving public safety. And in fact, they are designed as a cash grab. And Mayor Brandon Johnson even called them that while he was running. So the fact that people like Ingrid are suffering because of the selfishness of our political leaders is really stunning.
Okay, well, we'll get to the politics in a minute here, but you were able to pinpoint the top 10 locations where the tickets are issued, I guess, the most often, and it seems to be really on the north and the west sides of Chicago. What did you find about how much money is being racked up there?
I mean, it's really all over the city, but you'll see on the screen right now, those are the top 10 ticketing cameras across the city. You see some on the south side, some on the west side, some on the north side. But the number of tickets being generated is truly stunning. Since the start of this program in 2013, we have seen more than 9 million speed camera tickets issued in the city of Chicago. That's more than 3 per person in the city.
I think it amounts to 1 every 20 seconds, I think, is what you analyzed. Talk about the late fee aspect of that, because in many cases, the late fees are actually more than the cost of the ticket itself.
Yeah, over half of the revenue from these tickets comes from tickets that include late fees, and that can double these tickets quite quickly. And of course, who does that hurt the most? It hurts the people who can least afford to pay it. And late fees are a huge component of this.
Yeah, let's remind everybody, if you're going 6 to 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, it's a $35 ticket, but if it's 11 or more, it's $100 per ticket. Now, the rationale for this was that it's about making the streets safer. What is the verdict in if that is actually true?
It's mixed at best, and even the city's own researchers, they hired folks from UIC to research this, and they said there was little evidence that the number of tickets was associated with public safety. In fact, if you look at all the speed cameras that have been in operation over the 10 years of this program, around half of them saw a decrease in public safety accidents. That's great, but half saw an increase. So there is absolutely no definitive evidence that these are improving public safety. And really the best example of sort of the city's malfeasance here is they refuse to tell investigators, researchers, how they decide the locations of these cameras. Of course, if you were really making this about public safety, that would be an open and transparent process, but it's not.
Mayor Johnson campaigned on phasing these out here, but his budget, the city's budget, relies on this. Where do you see this going down the road? It seems like they are here to stay, right?
Well, Mayor Lori Lightfoot said that she was going to move away from this regressive reliance on ticketing and fees, but she doubled down. Mayor Brandon Johnson promised that he would move away from these aggressive fines and fees. He said he would phase out this program. But under Brandon Johnson, there are more cameras. And indeed, in his upcoming budget, he relies on even more revenue from fees. So it looks as though he is going to break this campaign promise. I really hope he does not.
And the city is racking up a lot of money, and we're paying a lot in fines. Thank you very much for being with us. Austin Berg with the Illinois Policy Institute. Appreciate it.
Thank you.